okay for the GSA to now allow Biden to do what he actually was doing back in November 7th? Yeah, what's a few days, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. The number 58, probably a nice number if you play the lottery that you probably should choose, right? Because you say, well, what's 58? Well, 58, that's how many days he got left for he got to get up out of here because he's about to lose his job. But listen, I want to start a new segment in TFG tonight. I want to keep up with the Trumps. Y'all know how you ladies like to keep up with the Kardashians? Well, I'm going to do my best to keep up with the Trumps when Trump get out of office, right? And so I want to open up keeping up with the Trumps by talking about one of Trump's baby boys, Don Jr. Did y'all know that Don Jr. got coronavirus? Don got that wrong. And I'm gonna tell y'all what, for somebody who got a daddy that act like it didn't exist and he got it, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Donald Trump is probably the closest child to Donald Senior. You know why? Because it was only him and the other boy. I don't know the baby name, baby. Sebastian? No, I don't know. Anyway, y'all know his name, right? Barron, that's his name, right? Barron. Those are the only two that got it. Go figure. I think because they both play in the same. Oh, anyway, let's keep going. But guess what, you guys? We found out Don Jr. is doing well. I think we seen him uh recently. What you think? We got something? Oh, oh, is that Don? Nah, that ain't Don Jr. My bad. Well, was that? Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Maybe that coronavirus got one more thing they can do to you. Maybe make it a little dark. But Don, man, we wish you the best. Hope everything works out for you, Don Jr. But man, sorry to see you doing. I mean, good, glad to see you doing better, right? No, I'm just tripping. Hey, we're gonna have a great show tonight. Hope you guys are ready. Let's get this thing going. Bring on my man Dwayne. Uh, what's going on, bro?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Man, you doing all right? Look at it, man. Styling with all them colors. I'm telling you,
Oh
brother.
yeah,
A man of many colors.
I'm,
Listen, man, what you
I'm
think about
always
Don
I'm
Jr.? He
always
look good
good,
to you?
man.
You see Don Jr., he look good to you? Okay, all right. I was just tripping.
Don
Okay,
Jr.
okay.
Oh
I'll
man,
just teasing,
I
man.
mean,
Man,
he got that Rona, so you
he
know what
do,
I'm saying.
man. We wish
That's
him best though, right? We just messing around. Listen, so we're gonna jump right into this thing, man. Speaking of the Trumps, man, listen, Trump has had his share of issues with this country and with people who probably don't believe like us, but it's okay, right? But we got a group of people and they call themselves the Proud Boys. Listen, I don't know if that's a rap group from the 80s. Maybe, I think we had Beastie Boys. What's up, bro? Thank you for joining me, sir. Folk, we had
yo
we had
Lamar,
we had Ghetto Boys. What we have? The Hot Boys, Rude Boys.
Hot Boy,
I don't know nothing
Rude
about no
Boy,
Proud Boys. What's up, Henderson? Thank you for joining me,
another.
brother.
What's up,
So,
Hen?
but these Proud Boys, man, I tell you, I don't. We used to call them something else back in the day. I think we call them skinheads. Is that not the same people?
That's the same people.
Oh yeah, well maybe they 501c3 had to go under something and they had to change their name. So who knows, right? I'm just tripping. So listen,
Yeah.
if you don't know anything about the Proud Boys, let's talk. Let's see. I think we got a clip about them. Let's see what we got.
That's all I was looking
Well,
for.
sorry. Hey, look, honest to God, I'm kind of dumb. Straight up.
You're not dumb.
I am kind of dumb.
No, you're not.
I don't really research much. I just kind of live by the like knee jerk, you know? Like I just kind of think and move and I'm like a fucking dog.
You're acknowledging that, but you can change. You don't need to call yourself dumb. You need to call yourself stupid. You're not.
I mean,
I believe you're very
I'm older than you. I'm 43 years old.
And I'm 17.
I feel like I'm stuck in my ways.
Nobody's stuck in your ways. You literally, you're not dumb. You're not stupid. You're not. I don't know who's telling you this. Who is telling you this?
Me.
Tell me to stop. When you get those negative thoughts, stop. Because it's not true.
Yeah.
You need to know that it's not true.
Yeah.
I really hope you, like, literally.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I think that.
It's not. I literally, we don't know each other, but I believe that you're very smart. I do.
Thanks.
That's all I
Man, it came across like a TV show. Like she's 17, he 43. Is that a new reality show? Was she shooting a shot or what? Man, she was trying to calm the brother down. Well,
I just want you to know it's really not true. It's
man,
not true. It's
listen,
really
man.
not true.
Oh my goodness. That's this is the thing I'll say about it. It probably takes that kind of guy to be called a proud boy. I don't know what much he would be proud of because I guess he was proud of being stupid. I don't know, maybe.
I mean,
'Cause
he literally said, "I'm not smart.
yeah.
I'm really stupid."
So maybe that's what they're proud of, how ignorant they are. But and listen, they look nice and very malicious like and ready to do some havoc. And this is the thing, Trump told them to stand back and stand by. But if history
Stand
serves
by.
yeah, if history serves me correctly, I just want to let my good friends, the Proud Brothers, know, right? That listen, y'all can wreak all the havoc y'all want in this country, but I'm telling y'all, I got some idea in my mind that if y'all bring that smoke to us, well, I'll let history speak for itself. Man, can you show me a little
You
history?
know,
I, now listen,
it's gonna come down to that. It's gonna come down to a situation exactly like that because they just don't believe fire burns, and it's sad that they still think like that. A group of people, and I shouldn't say they because they is like the wrong term, because that encompasses a lot of people. However, this group of people, the Proud Boys, they think that the world and the nation is gonna sit back and deal with that. We're not, you know. It's a lot of us that will bring that smoke to you. Like, I mean, me personally, come at me if you want to outside of uniform with some mess like that. I keep a strap in the car, and it has all hollow points and armor piercing rounds. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
listen.
But honestly, somebody's gonna make an example out of them, and then they're gonna feel like, oh, my rights is infringed on, and this shouldn't happen to me. But you run around here spreading hatred and everything, and you purposely attacking, people of color, being a racist, being a hatred, being a bigot, and all this stuff, all because you think it's okay, because the word came out to stand up and stand by. Okay, stand by. It's called you see
Yeah,
L.
well. This is a funny thing about history. It has a funny way of repeating itself, and so
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying is, I showed you what it is. Hey, whatever y'all want to do, just make sure your bite ain't as bad as your bark. That's all I'm saying. Y'all can
For
bark
real.
behind that fence as much as you want. You say, how do the Proud Boys differ from the Tea Party? Well, they both stupid, so that is not it. Um, they both are about wreaking havoc. I guess one would be more violent, and the other
One was
would,
that one taxation without representation.
yeah. But I think one uses filibusters, and the other uses
Yes.
guns. Maybe that's the
Violence.
difference,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. The one uses the filibusters, and the other one uses it. But
But
there's really no difference in either one. It's just
right,
a different time frame and a different tactics.
right, yeah. But what I will say to your point, Louis, there is one thing that they both will have in common if they want to come get that smoke. Can you show it to him? He may not have came on at the right time. Rich, show him what they both have in common if they both in it. Now, there's one thing I will say. Did y'all see that Coke machine? Now, this is what I hate.
Yo, that Coke machine bent in half.
Bro, that's what I want to say about that Coke machine, though. If I don't see nothing else, they had one of those Coke signs with the little white paper back. I never understood why would
Yeah.
somebody be so lazy to not just go get another strip out of your car and put that right sign in there. Cause what if I hit the wrong? Now listen, y'all know, don't y'all be on here acting like y'all don't know that them jokers used to write that junk in there with a pen and put it on a piece of copy paper and stick it in there. I saw it, and that's a shame.
Yep.
What'd you say,
Yep.
Rick? Well,
You said, remember Remy got the last laugh?
well, I don't know, man. I would rather him. Well, and I mean no harm. I'd rather him have a. No, I ain't gonna say that. No, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say something, but
No, you
okay.
can't say that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
Can't say that.
Okay, he may have got the last laugh, as it relates to doing mass shooting. It's really funny, bro. Mass shootings really didn't get popular to stuff. They were starting to influence those jokers, man. So I don't know. Well, you say he got the last laugh. I say it's a that ain't what I'm focusing on. I'm just telling you, want to bring because I promise this is what's different now. We got more guns than they had then, and so I don't know. If we really want to go there, but nevertheless, Proud Brothers.
But I mean, when are, when are they gonna just? When are the people like this just gonna realize that the smoke that you trying to bring is too thick for you, man?
Yeah,
The smoke that you trying to
yeah,
bring is too thick. It's you putting over a haze. We got a whole fog, and we're a whole forest fire waiting to snuff you out, to suffocate you.
yep, yep. What's going on, Miss Hunter? Thank you for joining us. Listen,
Hey, hey.
all I want to say is I'm proud of you guys. You guys are very proud of your ignorance and your inability to use your own thought process. Uh-oh, what we got? Have yourself a merry little Trump. Let your hearts be light.
Mm-mm,
From now, Orange Blood will be out of sight. Yeah,
mm-mm.
in 58 days, maybe he may got one more thing up his sleeve, right? But to you, Proud Boys, we salute you. Have a good night. Let's move on to
I
the next
don't.
topic.
I don't.
Well, well, I mean, I already showed the video twice, so it don't matter. I'm just telling. Listen, Biden cabinet picks. Now, I got to preface this with a conversation that we had a few weeks ago, right? Now, we got on here right when we found out that Biden got elected. And man, we had a lot of us on here talking about that Joe Biden was finna put Jackson 5 back together, gonna put En Vogue in office. I mean, just gonna just do this black wave of black women coming. I didn't believe that, but hey, who am I? I'm nobody, right? But if I want to keep score, let's see what the cabinet gonna look like, and let's talk about it. Can I see the cabinet, man? This currently is who Joe Biden has picked.
You
We
only got
got
one.
well,
You only got one.
no, well, maybe Miss I don't know. No, that's not Rachel Dolezal. No, that's not her. Yeah, so it's only two ladies and four men right now. It got a lot, but we got some old heads. We got Jim Carrey, John Kerry. See, I'm clowning.
Mm-hmm.
John
Jim
Kerry.
Carrey.
And listen, remember John was in Obama's administration. So he was kind of new to
That
that,
he
right?
was.
And then
Mm-hmm.
we got some more three guys, but then see down to the bottom, we have this beautiful black woman, and she's going to be secretary to the United Nations. She's going to be ambassador, excuse me, to the United Nations. Great job, ma'am. She's been in office for quite some time, right? But the thing I want to point out
Mm-hmm.
is that no, Joe was not about to give y'all 15 black women. in a cabinet position, right? I mean, they was naming from Wendy Williams to Lisa Ray to they thought they could do all kinds of stuff. What do you say? Carrie shit. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Well, I
Secretary of the
don't
State, yeah. I agree with
maybe.
that one.
Yeah.
I agree with
All
that
right.
one.
But they got
I
a lot
think
he
he did
got
a good job as Secretary of State.
yeah, but they got a lot of work to do over there in China. So I think he's already had
Oh
enough
man.
rapport with them. So they got to put a lot of work in there. Yeah, the cabinet looks nice and mixed, right? Like a good tossed salad, right? No meals a minute plug, but yeah.
You got Caesar dressing, you got your croutons, you got your black olives, you got your jalapeno, you got your banana peppers if you like banana peppers on there. You got a little spinach sprinkled in there, so you good.
Yeah,
You
man.
good
Yeah, yeah.
with a side of mozzarella cheese, Romello cheese.
Right, right. No, so
I
listen,
mean,
I think he's gonna literally, reestablish the norm. Although I don't know how normal everything's gonna look because Trump ain't going away. So we don't know what that's gonna look like. But he's gonna try to reestablish normalcy in the presidency, and he's doing that by showing us, listen, it's just gonna be back to business as usual. That's just how they do things, right? No matter what things look like. And so it's good to see, more people of color in there. And I believe there is a Latino that's taking a position in the cabinet. I think, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me, audience, if I'm wrong, but I believe she's the first Latino to hold the actual position that she's holding. So congratulations to her as well. So that's good. So Joe, keep up the good work. For all you, pro-black people, uh, for all you thank you, I appreciate that. Black excellence. For
hey
all you
man, what's
pro-black,
up?
for all you pro-black people, I just want to say that better luck next time, right? Let's see what Kamala do if she runs in 2024, right? All right, good stuff. So, oh yes, listen, and I remember. I want to talk about this for just a second because I remember
Mhm.
when we were first hearing about this, and the ladies were up in arms about us not discussing Breonna Taylor enough, and rightfully so. They were within their rights to feel that way, but there was a lot of guys that were being killed as
Mhm.
well. So I don't do any back and forth about that. But I did want to talk about this. And normally I don't bring up stories that has been talked about in nauseum. But I watched this 2020 special on Breonna Taylor this weekend. I don't think you caught that, did you? You probably cleaning up
I
during
didn't
or
get
something.
it. Who me? Nah, this weekend I was coaching. I
Oh,
had to coach the kids and I had a basketball game myself this weekend, which we won by 30. So
okay, all right. Congratulations.
yeah, so
Yeah, all right,
yeah.
all right. Well, I wanted to bring this up because there was some new information that I thought deserved conversation, right? So, Miss
Mhm.
Producer, let's bring up the video and then let's talk about something. I want to bring up something.
Third Division responding to a 1030 police, 3007 Springfield Drive.
911, what is your emergency?
Our apartment's got bullet holes through it. The bullets came through the front wall from the next apartment.
Apartment number 4, please come out. Put your hands up.
Walk straight back or I will spin this dog on you.
Put your hands in the air. Get down on your knees.
What did I do?
What is this about? I was banging at the door and she said, who is it? And the other started shooting. We're both just regular workers. There's somebody in there dead? Yeah, my girlfriend.
Please, dude, don't let him be dead. Please, God, don't let him be dead.
It's a tale of two points of view from opposite sides of the same door.
This is a story about a death that didn't need to happen.
I've always knew she would be great. I hate that she had to die to be great.
It's not a race thing like people want to try to make it to be. It's not. This is a point where we were doing our job. I get shot, we return fire.
And if Breonna's mother is watching this, is there anything that you would like to say to her?
If you look at the story, you'll figure it out for yourself that everything is wrong about this.
So first of all, I just want to publicly say I would like to express my condolences to her family for the loss of their loved one. There's not any amount of money. Appreciate that, Black Excellence. I really do appreciate that. Uh, there's no amount of money that could
Appreciate that
bring
one.
about any type of um, solace, any type of, you know, reconciliation to this situation. So I wanted to say that before I began to share. Yeah, you do. It was a really, they did a really good job. Took them 2 hours to get through it, and I was glad that they did because I thought it only took an hour, and I said, man, they left out so much that they could have been talking about. But nevertheless, so I want to talk about this at this perspective, Dwayne, and see if, and just follow me. Two things I took from this. One,
Mm-hmm.
the young lady made a statement. She said it was 2 points of view about the same situation. She's right. But the 2 points of view that I want to talk about ignorance and incompetence, right? I want to talk about those two things leading to
Mm-hmm.
this situation. Now, I want to say this first before I make my comments. It was wrong the way she died. That's number one. There is zero, and I said again, there is zero empathy for what these people get if they get it, right? Uh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. So yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm finna talk about, right? So here it is. If you know the story, I'm gonna just recap for like 1 minute. So the issue was is that they had a no knock warrant and they were going into her apartment unannounced because they had suspicion. That's what it was, right? And then when they went into
Mm-hmm.
her apartment, I mean, well, they had already shot through the door or whatever. And the problem was, you got people
Mm-hmm.
shooting not only from the door, but you got people shooting from the parking lot. And the problem is, if you shooting from the
Mm-hmm.
parking lot, you an officer. As an officer, you supposed to see the threat before you shoot, right? I mean, you're not trained to
Mm-hmm.
be a
Mm-hmm.
officer of uh of civilians, but is that not you don't shoot without seeing the threat, right?
Yeah, I mean it's the same way in the military. It's called rules of engagement.
Right.
And then on
Thank you.
top of that, even if we have a clear shot, we still have to get the go ahead to take that shot
Yes.
because if
Yeah, you
that
guys
is
have more rules.
not the target that we're specific, yeah, we have a whole lot of restrictions. We
Yeah,
can't, like, I can't order a soldier to take a shot unless I get clearance from higher, and that's
that's right.
usually from a full bird or a general officer that is
Right.
pushing that order down. Okay, yes, take the shot. That is a clear shot. Take it.
Right.
And
Right.
for those police officers to just fire into a house, I mean, I'm looking at what type of rounds hit that house. I mean, those are high caliber rounds.
Right.
They were not 9 millimeter rounds. I mean, I got three freaking 9 millimeter pistols in my room. You
Yeah.
know, and if you're shooting anything above a 9 millimeter through a wall, and depending on what type of ammunition, because so sometimes police officers don't use standard issue police department ammo. They put their own ammo in their weapons or whatever the case may be, depending on what level of police officer they are. They're a regular patrol officer, and then they use the department issue ammo. But undercover police, whatever, they have different ammo due to the situations that they're in.
Yeah. So this
I
is what
mean,
I
I'm
want.
looking at one of those. I'm
Go ahead.
at.
Go ahead.
I mean, I looked at one of those holes. The exit of that round was that big.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That
big.
had to been a 5.56 caliber, or at least a 40 to 45 caliber bullet that went through that wall.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and then you're shooting from outside, so you have no clear line of sight on the target. You don't know what you're shooting at. You don't know who you're shooting at, and you don't know who you're hitting through the
Right.
wall. That's sheetrock. It's gonna go
Right.
straight through the wall.
So we don't know if that's incompetence or ignorance. But to Shahana's point, this is what I want to talk about.
It's
And you're
both.
right. Yeah, you're right. It is. And so this is the thing about the Shahana. This is what I want to bring up, right? We all know the story about what took place at that moment. But this is the problem. There's more to the story, right? I want to present exhibit A, right? This gentleman right here. His name is Mr. Glover, right? And this is what they brought out in the story that we were not privy to before everything happened. And this, again, ladies and gentlemen, is what I talk about us being more patient, about seeing things through. Although the frustration of injustice, racism, whatever other isms that causes us to have our righteous indignation about those that don't look like us, we still have to allow our heads to be level. The problem is this man was the problem, right? And y'all say, yeah, I know they already arrested him and all this kind of stuff. But the issue is these police officers in that state, as either ignorant or incompetent as they were investigating him. Who is he? He was, like Loay just said, he was Breonna's ex-boyfriend. Man, they got them having conversations while he was in jail, right? They got him having video uh, from him coming out of her apartment with a bag, and they were insinuating that those may have been drugs because she wasn't ignorant to the fact that he was selling drugs. Matter of fact, they got her talking on the phone about him helping him move his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so you got maybe we arguably not really high competent level officers, right? Making decisions on investigations that this is another thing. These investigations that they were doing, the reason why he was already arrested, if anybody knows anything about systems, systems have a problem of communicating with each other, right? If you work for any big company, uh, there's always going to be areas of miscommunication, right? Where if you get a ticket in one city and you go to a smaller town and they don't know you got a warrant for your arrest, well, it's because they don't have access to the same databases that larger cities would have that will pick you up, right? Right? All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's how it
Well,
rolls.
that's kind of they've kind of done away with that when it comes to being able to track you from city to city. It might
Right.
take longer with for the systems to talk. Well, it might take longer for the information to travel, but the systems do talk. CJ leads talks throughout the nation. And you got a warrant in this state, the minute your social security number is ran, it pings. So if you got a warrant in 4 different states, it's gonna ping in those 4 different states. And the problem is they're gonna charge you wherever you're at, and then the extradition laws to get you back to this state, to charge you there, So
But
that's the problem.
And we're dealing with kangaroo cops, y'all. We're not dealing with high professional CSI, SVU. These ain't these people, right? These are kangaroo cops that are given big guns and being asked to do very highly intellectual investigations. So the problem with this situation was they was doing an investigation on him, and they had her house as one of the houses that they wanted to raid. But the problem is they took so long to go to raid the house that she had no longer been with him and she had found her another man. Right. And that was the problem. Matter of fact, when you watch the story, they were trying to identify the problem. And the problem was that they were raiding other people's houses looking for suspects, to come to find out that because the investigation that was completed 6 months ago, and all of a sudden they want to issue the warrants to go into these houses, well, those people had moved out of those houses. And then they were raiding homes with people that had kids that had moved into another house. This is the problem, right? This is part of the problem, that they thought that she had drugs in this house, and she ain't been in that relationship with that dude for months. That
And it's sad because it's like a guilty by association. And you
right,
know, yeah, they might have had all the leads on it 6 months prior, but because they were slow to let's take this nationwide or worldwide. The same thing with Osama bin Laden. We had all the information on Osama bin Laden for however long, but it takes so long to pull the trick to say, yes, this is
right,
the time because you got planning, you got funding, you got to think like, what's the catalyst damage? You know what I'm saying?
collateral damage.
What's the freaking word? What's the collateral damage that comes behind these things? And on the police department level, like you said, they don't have these people looking at the risks that come behind the moves that they make. It's like playing chess. See, in the military, we can kind of play chess and be like, okay, well, yeah, if we do this, this is what's going to happen because these people are going to be upset because we have Geneva Conventions, we have all these different laws, unified land operations, joint operations that makes it hard because we're working with different countries, different nations. But in the United States of America, this is this police department.
Right,
Oh, well, yep, I got this lead on this guy. He should be here. Okay, we're just gonna go here and make sure we're not gonna do our due diligence and truly investigate it down to the skin and bones to the meat of it. We're just gonna go off whatever shoddy police work was done 6 months prior. Somebody had that case on their desk for 6 months and they just now getting
yeah,
to, oh, I got a lead now. It's
that's
this
right,
person. Let's go here.
yeah,
And this is what we're gonna do. And then on top of that, in the black community, we had this issue to where, again, guilty by association, because you were a drug dealer and I'm hanging out with you, I automatically know everything that you do when I may not know nothing, even though I might have had conversations with you, but I didn't since cut ties with you. So now I'm just guilty because I know you. And
yeah,
unfortunately, yes, this is a tragic thing, and they need to say her name. They need to continue to say her name because what was done to her and what was done was wrong,
that's true.
completely wrong, ignorant, stupid, terrible police work, just downright, just
Yeah,
no. I would be ashamed if I was
incompetence met
police chief.
ignorance.
All those guys would be fired. That
Right,
captain would be fired. Period. But the problem is because of him she was guilty by association. And no matter what she tried to do, she cleaned her life up. She done what she needed to do. She might have had her own little personal history, but because she was associated with this man, and because for 6 straight months they was watching her and tailing her, phone taps, everything. Okay, we're just gonna go in and she's guilty by association. And it's sad because it will happen 20 times over until we do something about the way we do police investigations when it comes to drugs and anything else.
and this is what I want to say, bro, and to uh, Rashawn Grant's point. Yes, they did a lot of things that were clearly incompetent. They left her lying on the floor, right? And wait, and it's so funny. One of their people got shot, and they rendering aid immediately. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to help her.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. The system is not designed to help us. But this is what I want to say, and hear me. I've made my statement. It was wrong. But this is the problem. This is why the fight with them continues, is because we give them ammunition, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't give them ammunition by associating ourselves with this kind of situation. Again,
Mm-hmm.
we can call it fair and unfair all we want to, but it's not going, we can't help them kill us. You can't
We,
help
we
them,
can't.
right? We can't get to that place where we are making decisions that's giving them a reason, because now they'll find a clown like a attorney general who's up there lying, and then all of a sudden you got that mess, right? We can't give them the opportunity to do that. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is we can't help them kill us, right? Because we don't have a leg to stand on. And all they're going to do is they're going to use their ignorant blinders. They're going to put them on, and they're going to say what they say. Well, she deserved it. Well, she shouldn't have been, and yada, yada, yada. And all of that is because we gave them a reason. Don't get me wrong. Will they do it for no reason? Sure they will. but we can't help them. Give them a reason, right? Don't give them a reason.
We can't. We can't give them we can't continue to give hatred and bigotry, a reason. And I agree with the way we got to start. I mean, we have to start doing things. So you think back in the 80s and the early
Well,
90s when we started fighting back, with like NWA, when they were like, F the police and all that stuff, like.
yep.
But then let's look at this generation. Let's look at these millennials. They don't care. Everything that they put out on the radio is exactly what they label us. And so therefore, and when I say everything, we're talking about social media, television. And and I'm not trying to diss, the woman, but I would say it like this. Cardi B is a prime example. Okay, she won Woman of the Year. But look at how you had to elevate yourself to do that. Look at that. And then now it's a label. Okay, well, all people of ethnic descent are acting like this. All black women act like this. All black men are like this. All black men do this, do this. Hey, Antonio Brown got another charge on him. They trying to kick him back out the NFL.
Right.
But all because he wanted to just be stupid. And so therefore the label and the target is put on his back. And it's put on all the other, and it's put on every other African American athlete, every other African American person, regardless if we got anything to do with it or not. You and I can walk around this city right now with a target on our back. Why? Because of just guilty by association. All black people do that.
Well, I want to contrast LeWade with Lisa B. LeWade, I agree with you that we have to learn how to play chess. But the problem is what Lisa B is saying is that they are cheating. They're not playing. Listen, I don't mind playing chess. I pride myself on playing chess. Well, I don't care if they playing chess or checkers. They cheating, and that's the problem. She's right.
Yeah,
They
of
tried to
course.
cover it up. They tried to cover it up from the beginning. What'd you say, Shauna? So the lady in Texas in her grandma's house got shot and killed. That's right. And again, I'm saying those things are going to happen. Why? Because that's the type of country we live in. But what I'm saying is when you have situations where you give the kangaroo cops just this red carpet to foul up an investigation, to jack up a sting operation, and then to blame it on whatever they want to say, we can't help them. That's all I'm saying. Listen, injustice is going to be done. That ain't going away. Matter of fact, it's going to happen again. Right. Tatiana Jefferson. Right. And I that's right. Listen, she died right up the street where I grew up from. So I know what y'all talking about. That's true. And we have no recourse for that, right? But what I'm saying, when we have a situation, we have to compare apples to apples, right? Yes, we should be angry. But what I'm also saying, we have to learn how to be preventive, take preventive measures, and not give those kangaroo cops an opportunity to Barney Fife us while not doing what they need to be doing, right? And put us in situations like that. Because one thing for me, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. That boyfriend, the reason why they probably wasn't going to trial, because this joker sitting up making two different conversations. He said she shot her, but then he turned around and said I shot her. Well, man, which one is it, bro? Come on, man. You don't be inconsistent like that. So it was just a lot of things that was going wrong that just really bothered me about that situation. And all I'm saying is I want us to take more preventive measures. Understand your surroundings. I understand what y'all saying, but LeWade has a point, but I don't think it's all inclusive, because they're not playing the game fair, right? If you're gonna beat me, don't cheat me to beat me. Beat me because you better than me, right? What you
Exactly.
say?
Beat me
They were
because you
ready to.
beat me. Beat me
That's
because
right.
you.
So they were ready to kill that man as he came out back. Yeah, they were. Matter of fact, they're gonna sick the dog on him, right? And I agree with you.
Yep.
And those
If you
guys, they
don't
were just
stop what you're
hungry.
doing, I'm gonna sick the dog on you right
That's right.
now.
So you're right in that. That's right. And my thing is though, I don't understand how he didn't get shot. That's what's so crazy. The story don't make no sense, right?
It
Because
don't.
anyway, just go watch it, y'all. And all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Glover was the reason all this got twisted up, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not, and that's what makes it a tragedy, not the fact that the justice system didn't have enough to charge the people, because they do, right? Not the fact that some man came on Good Morning America to try to make a thought and give an idea. No, that ain't it. It was the fact that we gave them an opportunity. Again, we're not gonna fix every situation, but I would like to see them far and few between, and don't
Mm-hmm.
allow them to cheat us to beat us, but let them beat us because they're better. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about because the system worked. They arrested the right person for doing the wrong thing. And that didn't happen that night. And that's all I'm saying, right? Ah, all right. That's a hard story, but I wanted to talk about it because of that situation. All right, man. Final thoughts, bro. I know we talked about a lot tonight, but what you got on anything, man, you want to share tonight?
I just want to share that the world is starting to, starting to make this 180, starting to transition and change. Um, People, please take the coronavirus vaccine because you need to take it.
Well,
Continue to wear your
you say
mask.
they need
Continue
to
to
take the
social distance.
vaccine.
Stay. Yeah, they need to take the vaccine because they need to take it. Period. Like just take it. No matter what, it's at like 94% success rate. So take it. However, stay. I get it. We all want to see our families for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but stay at home, please, please, because it's already beginning to spike, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. That's just how serious this is. Um, we as a people, let's change the narrative of what people think about us. Let's change the narrative about how people view us. Because if we don't begin to change the narrative, the police brutality, the police inequality, injustice, social injustice that's going to continue, it's going to continue. We have to change the narrative and stop putting ourselves in the situations to be overrun and overshot. We have to become stronger as a people and become stronger as a nation of people. Whether you black, mixed, brown, light skin, medium tone, chocolate, dark as my shoe, it don't matter. Because at the end of the day, you're still going in the ground the same way everybody else is, and you're only gonna get judged by one person, and you only got two places you're gonna go: heaven or hell. Pick one.
All right, man.
And that's my final
Listen,
thought.
listen. I've enjoyed the show. I hope that you all have enjoyed the show. My final thought is I want to talk about Donald Trump and Joe Biden one more time. Joe, I want to tell you because I know you're gonna listen because you like me. Joe Biden, Donald Trump has been talking about your son ever since he's been running against you, and how much I don't know the other boy name, whatever his name was, how much he was doing this and doing that. And I'm gonna tell you something. We
Hunter.
got, yeah, Hunter, right? He was talking about Hunter, and I'm gonna tell you something, Joe. You got something on Donald now. Donald Jr. had coronavirus, and we got a picture of him, and he looked just like this.
Oh
Get
man,
him, Joe. Get him, Joe. Hey, I'm playing.
get
Listen, that's
that
Dwayne.
man.
I'm Brenton. This TFG
What's
tonight.
up,
We'll
y'all?
see y'all next week. We out.
Peace out.